is Tony Khan, and like number 5 is Court Bauer. It's like, and then number 6 is Billy Corgan. So it's like, we don't have anything good right now. They're all a bunch of fucking just brain dead marks that love sucking Indy's dick. So that's what it is.
Well, I mean, with Kendall Littlejohn, like I disagree about them all sucking. I think I think Braun Strowman could be a good draw for TNA, like as a star, like as a built-up WWE name. Gigi and Cora, they're attractive. I think that'll help with their young male audience they're trying to bring in. Um, yeah, I just don't see a downside to bringing them into TNA. So it's Shayna Baszler is a built up name, not one that I hope. For the love of God, please don't bring her to TNA. Just send her to, if she does do wrestling, AEW, and there you go. Just send her off to AEW and let them die. But oh, he's talking about the bookers. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. No, they all suck, but it's just it's a more matter of like who sucks the least out of the bookers. And in my opinion, I think Shawn Michaels sucks the least. I think coming up second would be Tommy Dreamer. But yeah, no, for sure. No, I completely understand where y'all are coming from, but I look at it like these group of cuttings is good.
Absolutely. No, it's something that needed to happen and we want more. We want, and it's
Yeah.
not because like we're assholes. We want just
No.
people to go out there and be free. Be free with yourself. Be the character that you wanted to be, especially like a guy like Cross and Scarlet. I'd love if Cross and Scarlet, I hate to say it, I'd love if they got released in July and went really made themselves a fucking supernova on the indies because they have the ability to do it. So you know what? I'm hoping the best for them come July. I hope that they don't take that contract WWE offers, and I hope they go elsewhere and really make them regret what they did because
Absolutely.
like Cross, especially in TNA nowadays, you don't have to worry about dickhead Don Callis being backstage and fucking with his girl. So you know what? I think that's the best opportunity for him to really rebuild himself is over in TNA. So I hope it happens.
Well, and that's what I look at TNA as. It's like I have no hope in AEW. I've got no hope in WWE considering who's running it. It's like with TNA, there's like that little bit of hope is still left because like Tommy Dreamer is not like thoroughly entrenched into the brand of TNA like Triple H has done with WWE. Tony Khan owns AEW. Like he's replaceable. They just fired Gail Kim. Like
Yeah.
if they could fire Gail Kim, they could fire Tommy Dreamer and replace them like that. And like TNA is only getting better and better. They're drawing bigger and bigger crowds. And if they keep it up, if they keep making their shows good, keep bringing in talents to draw, good for them. I hope they keep building.
Yeah, I really hope they do keep on building. We hope the best for TNA. We're not
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong. We've tuned into TNA recently, and it sucked. It's been pretty
Yeah, me too.
shitty. But I will say that at least there's light on the horizon with all these releases, and they had the room to really make these people into stars since they were already using a couple of them. They were already using Gigi Dolan. They were already using Cora Jade. I mean, I could easily see them signing Jakara Jackson as well. So it's like I think these women will do just fine outside on the indies. But it is time for some super chats. We got DC Viper who said Gigi should go the Mandy and Lacey Evans route and do OnlyFans. I think even she knows she will make bank. I think the big thing that's stepping in the way is her and her husband. I don't think that she wants to do that or feels the need to do that. She's maybe one of those girls or women that is just very good with her money and budgeting and has really learned to save those paychecks and make the most out of her WWE experience. Who knows?
She's even
Yeah, we all want her to do that, but at the same time, I respect her even more for not doing it.
Well, she's even gone on record saying that she's got back issues and like she's pretty much convinced that her in-ring career is done. Into that, I say, okay, well, you don't have to be a wrestler; go be a manager.
And she'd be a great valet. I really
Yeah,
think so. Yeah, but that's the thing about the indies too is like it beats up so many of these women before they ever get to the big time, and dudes as well.
yeah.
It's very unforgiving and punishing. But yeah, she's gonna make. I think she'll be fine outside of WWE. I really do. I think she'll be fine. So MM Garza said WWE released Gigi, Shotzi, and Cora, but left us with ugly Zoe Stark and Jordan Grace. It's because they're Triple H favorites that haven't complained enough yet. I think once they complain enough, he'll get tired of them. I could see Zoe Stark being somebody that gets released by next year easily. I think she's very lucky to stick around. Just the fact that people like Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Bronson Reed, Candice LeRae, there's so much glut that they could have fired and they didn't, and they keep escaping the cuts every time. Even Apollo Crews, like I'm sorry, I've never been an Apollo Crews fan. How the fuck is he still hired?
Right.
How's
Right.
that happen?
Well,
But
just I guess they I mean, seriously, like, how is he getting away with it? But honestly, I mean, I think there's going to be another round of cuts pretty soon. Um, so any wrestlers that are there in WWE that think they're fine and safe, unless you're a top draw, you're not safe.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's one of those things that almost does get cut and goes back over to Noah, because they were doing a great job utilizing him as a big star, and he put that name on the map. Like, people forgot about Noah, and then you start seeing shit like Kanye show up at Noah shows, and then almost shows up, and people actually start talking about him again. So I don't know. I think that, you know what, I really hope that almost does get cut, just for the point that it's gonna make Triple H look racist as shit that he didn't do anything with this guy who could have been a huge star. He saw the reaction that he got on the internet, was like, we don't need him, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, it's because Triple H just he looks at him and he's like, okay, well, he's not going to be that good in the ring. He can't really work a 5-star match. Well, and that's the problem. Like, he's looking for wrestlers that can work a 5-star match, and there's more to wrestling than working a 5-star match. I mean, but then again, we're talking about a guy who, you saw that WrestleMania card that he had in the fucking writer's room, and it looked like something that a Mark wrote in 4th period in fucking middle school. Like, it looks ridiculous. Like, it's just absurd to me that Triple H has been in the business this long and is this much of a mark.
Well, and that's the biggest trip too, was that he almost got over in a work rate Japanese strong style company as a charismatic draw. If a work rate company can do that shit, then WWE, the king of entertainment, can do that shit.
I'll say this, like, because as we're talking about this, I'm thinking of, like, Vince Russo, something that he said is, he did predict that Dakota Kai was going to get fired about a month ago, and he's been saying repeatedly that Triple H is going to get fired, and so have we. And, like, I would not be so sure that Triple H also does not get fired. Like, he may think that he's irreplaceable. No.
I don't see an outright firing. I see more like a quiet stepping away type thing, where they say that he's still involved with WWE, but really he's like on an indefinite hiatus. I could see something more like that, just to not embarrass the legacy of him and to always keep the fans asking, so when's Triple H going to return, huh? Kind of like, so when's Daddy coming back? He isn't, He left for that pack of smokes. He ain't coming home. That's how it is. So hopefully that's the situation there. Garza was saying Shotzi is probably doing more ghost hunting. Yeah, I could definitely see her doing more brand building, ghost hunting with Shotzi Black, or with Scarlett Bordeaux. Her doing more horror movies. Her possibly doing a couple indie dates. Not too much on the indies, maybe some GCW TNA stuff, but I could really see her doing more to build her brand. So I'm good for her. Bless her on that. I hope that works out well for her. Paragon was saying, ever since Mandy got fired, Gigi and JC got exposed. Both women been in NXT since 2021. Toxic Attraction was the ticket to the main roster. That's a fair point, Dark Paragon. I will say that with JC, she at least showed that she's got some mic skills, but it really helped having a woman like Mandy who had it all put together. And that's the problem too, is like when you have a woman like Mandy, it's hard to compare that. Like, there really hasn't been any solid comparisons to Mandy Rose in quite some time. As far as like bringing the whole picture together, the whole talent together, like nobody has come close to the total package. Nobody has come close to what Mandy has offered. So it doesn't matter. I mean, you could have paired any two women with her; they would look like shit, after she left. But Gigi, I think, has the most upside. I think when she goes back as Priscilla Kelly over in TNA, she's going to be doing all right. And JC, I think it's going to be fine as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like I'm not looking down on this at all. Like, I'm actually very, very hopeful. And honestly, if they go to TNA, I'll say this. I'll be wanting to support TNA more, because they're hiring the people that I'm invested in, and then I will be more likely to spend money. So I think it's a good business decision for them to hire both Cora and JC and Gigi Dolan. So
yeah, I think so too. So Darren, exactly. Darren was saying it's possible TKO could release Kaiser. One thing I noticed about Triple H is he's one of those bookers that at least tries to keep couples together, whether they're getting fired or on the roster for that matter. So I could see Kaiser staying there for a while. He's going to be there for a while, probably just being a jobber, working main events, that type of shit. So yeah, I think he's going to stick around for a little bit. Same thing with Tiffany. What do you think, JC?
I think they're going to be there for a little bit. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that if he's going to be there, he may be sidelined a little bit. I think Tiffany Stratton is probably going to be there for a little bit. I mean, for a long while. It looks like they're really trying to make her the future of the women's division. I think that with WrestleMania, they finally made the decision, like, okay, you know what? We can't keep relying on Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley. We got to start building the new crop of talents. And so it may even be the TKO decision of like, no, man, you're not going to fucking book Charlotte to go over Tiffany. We need to build the future. So and that's the thing too is like, when Nick Khan first took over WWE with Vince back when Triple H had his little heart incident, they made a conscious decision to focus on building the new future of the roster with NIL talents, and Tiffany was one of those talents.